Hello and welcome to another episode of WebInformant.tv. I'm your host, David Strom. Today we're looking at a new email and web collaboration service from OpenXchange, and you can see the main inbox and summary screen here. OX is more than just another email service because of the way it allows you to import and export your information in new and innovative ways. If you use a bunch of different services such as LinkedIn, Facebook, and Google's Gmail, you probably are awash in a sea of contacts. The bad news is that once you've been using these services for a while, there isn't any easy way to update contact information across the board. And while there are privacy settings in each service, they're hard to apply across all of your contacts consistently. There are a few products that can do this now, including MyOtherDrive.com and Plaxo's Pulse, but these only create yet another proprietary web service that you're locked into using and can't easily extract your data if you don't want to use the service any longer. This is where OpenXchange's Social OX feature comes into play. You can import data, aggregate specific pieces of it for particular purposes, and publish it to the internet. Let's take a look at My Contacts page. If we right-click on the listing in the menu tree, we go into a property sheet and then click on Subscriptions, and we can add new ones. You can see a different series of sources for our contacts that are supported here. We just have to authenticate ourselves for the appropriate service, and OX will proceed to do the imports. As you can see here, it can also export it out as a comma-separated file with just a few mouse clicks. You can even publish a subset of your contacts to a website here. You have control over your data and keep control over it, regardless of where it originates. When you're done sharing this information, you can click on the Remove key and the shared page goes away. There's a similar sequence for importing your calendar items. If we go into Configuration Import, we can get calendars that have been saved in iCal format, such as Gmail's calendar, or bring in contacts from our desktop. As you can see, OX has the beginnings of some powerful collaboration tools for workgroups that give you control over how much you can share. Another example is how you can synchronize your messages, contacts, and calendar items with various mobile phones, such as the iPhone screen shown here. As we can see, OX also includes a shared workgroup file repository called its InfoStore that is similar to numerous other web services. The distinguishing difference is that this, like the rest of OX, is entirely open source based and also can be published and shared on the internet. OX has a plugin for Microsoft Outlook so that users can use the OX backend services with similar functionality to Exchange to share contacts and folders even when offline. Where can you get OX? There are a number of hosting partner providers that white label its service, as you can see in this screen, including Network Solutions and 1&1 in the United States, either of which will sell you a mailbox for $5 a month. There are other ways to obtain the software, including running it on your own Linux servers as well. What are things I didn't like about OX? The user controls are a bit inconsistent, and it took some hunting around to figure things out. They're obviously just getting started with Social OX, and not all the services are yet supported. The imports are somewhat slow. If you have several hundred or thousands of contacts like I do, it might take several days to do the imports. So it'd be nice to know when they're complete, and also an overall tally of how many contacts have been imported successfully. Finally, this service is still somewhat Eurocentric, as you can tell from the previous pricing page of the providers that mentioned value-added taxes and euros. Still, these are small points, and OX is a great idea that is worth further exploration. You can sign up for a free trial on the ox.io website and move up to a paid version. Thanks for watching another episode of WebInformant.tv. If you want me to come speak at your next conference or event, watch more of my video reviews, or subscribe to my weekly free newsletter on other IT topics, check out the links on this slide or go to strom.com.